What if I told you that some of the fruits sitting in your kitchen right now, the ones you proudly slice up every morning believing they're heart healthy and doctor approved, could actually be sabotaging your body after 60? What if the very foods you trust are quietly pushing your blood sugar higher, stressing your kidneys, thickening your blood, and draining your energy day after day without you ever feeling an immediate warning? Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to say out loud. Once you cross 60, your body does not process food the way it did at 30 or even 45. And pretending otherwise is not wisdom, it's denial. Your metabolism slows, your insulin response weakens, your digestive lining becomes thinner, your circulation stiffens, and your organs lose the resilience they once had, which means certain healthy fruits can hit your system like a sugar bomb, an acid attack, or a mineral overload all at once. In today's video, we are exposing 4 fruits that many seniors eat daily without hesitation, completely unaware of the long-term damage they may be causing to blood vessels, nerves, joints, and even memory. And before you dismiss this thinking, it's natural, so it must be safe. Remember, this nature also created poison ivy and venom. Natural does not automatically mean harmless. Stay with me all the way to the end, because the final fruit we're going to discuss is one that millions of older adults eat at breakfast believing it's the perfect light start to the day, while it may actually be accelerating inflammation and blood sugar instability behind the scenes. By the end of this video, you will not only understand what to reduce or avoid, but you'll also know how to protect your energy, sharpen your thinking, and guard your independence well into your 70s and 80s. Let's begin with fruit. Number 1. Bananas, the silent sugar surge. Bananas are often marketed as the ultimate health food. They're convenient, soft, easy to chew, and packed with potassium. For younger bodies that burn through carbohydrates quickly, that may not be a problem. But after 60, a ripe banana can spike blood glucose faster than you expect, especially when eaten alone in the morning. As bananas ripen, their resistant starch converts into simple sugars, meaning the sweeter the banana tastes, the more rapidly it raises your blood sugar. For older adults with prediabetes, insulin resistance, or a slower metabolism, that spike can lead to a crash fatigue, shakiness, irritability, and brain fog that you may blame on just getting older. But it's not always age, it's chemistry. Repeated glucose spikes damage the inner lining of blood vessels, increasing the risk of heart disease and cognitive decline over time. And here's the problem. Bananas are rarely eaten in tiny portions. Most people eat the whole fruit, sometimes paired with toast or cereal, creating a high-carb overload that the aging pancreas struggles to handle. If you love bananas, the smarter choice is to eat half at a time and pair it with protein like Greek yogurt or a handful of nuts to slow absorption. Otherwise, that quick, convenient snack may be quietly exhausting your metabolic system. Now let's talk about fruit number 2. Oranges, the acid and sugar double hit. Oranges are praised for vitamin C and immune support, especially during cold season. But what many seniors don't realize is that oranges combine natural sugar with high acidity, and aging stomachs are far more sensitive to acid exposure. As we age, the protective mucus lining in the stomach can thin, making it easier for acidic foods to trigger reflux, heartburn, and irritation. Chronic acid reflux doesn't just cause discomfort, it can interfere with nutrient absorption and disrupt sleep. And poor sleep after 60 doesn't just mean grogginess. It affects memory, blood pressure, and immune strength. Add to that the sugar content in orange juice, yes, even 100% natural juice, and you have a concentrated dose of fructose without the fiber to slow it down. Drinking orange juice in the morning on an empty stomach can cause blood sugar to spike rapidly, followed by an insulin drop that leaves you tired before noon. Over time, Repeated spikes contribute to abdominal fat storage and systemic inflammation. If you choose oranges, eat the whole fruit in moderation, never the juice alone, and avoid consuming them late at night when acid reflux is more likely to flare. Moving to fruit number 3, dried fruits, the concentrated trap. Raisins, dried mango slices, dried cranberries, they look small and harmless. But removing water concentrates sugar dramatically. A small handful of raisins can contain as much sugar as multiple fresh fruits combined. Because they're tiny and easy to snack on, it's effortless to overeat them without feeling full. And unlike fresh fruit, dried varieties often lack the same hydration and satiety benefits. For seniors managing blood pressure or blood sugar, this concentrated sweetness can create powerful glucose surges. Some dried fruits are also coated in additional sugar or preservatives, compounding the problem. Excess fructose is processed in the liver, where it can contribute to fat buildup and metabolic strain. Over time, that strain shows up as elevated triglycerides, fatigue, and stubborn weight gain around the midsection. If you enjoy dried fruit, treat it like candy, not a free snack, and keep portions extremely small, ideally paired with protein or fiber. Now fruit number 4, cantaloupe and other very sweet melons, the deceptive hydrators. Melons feel light and refreshing, especially in warm weather. Because they contain a high percentage of water, many assume they're harmless. But certain melons have a high glycemic load when eaten in large servings. Seniors often eat generous bowls, believing they're simply hydrating, not realizing the sugar impact. Rapid digestion means glucose enters the bloodstream quickly, especially when eaten alone. For aging blood vessels that are already less elastic, repeated sugar surges can stiffen arteries and raise blood pressure over time. There's also the potassium factor. While potassium supports heart rhythm, too much can become dangerous for individuals with reduced kidney function, a common issue in older adults. When kidneys cannot efficiently filter excess potassium, it can accumulate and interfere with heart rhythm stability. This is particularly important for anyone taking blood pressure medications or certain diuretics. Portion control is critical. A small serving between meals, not after a heavy dinner, reduces the digestive burden and lowers the chance of fermentation, bloating, and discomfort. Now let's step back and understand the bigger picture. This is not about fear. It's about adaptation. After 60, your body demands precision. What once worked effortlessly now requires intention. Blood sugar stability becomes a pillar of longevity. Circulation determines how well oxygen reaches your brain and muscles. Kidney efficiency influences fluid balance, blood pressure, and toxin removal. When these systems are stressed repeatedly, even by healthy foods, the effects accumulate silently. Fatigue increases. Joint stiffness lingers. Brain fog becomes more frequent. You may chalk it up to age, but often it's metabolic overload. The solution is not eliminating fruit entirely. Fruit still contains antioxidants, vitamins, and fiber that support cellular health. The solution is smarter selection and strategic pairing. Choose berries more often. Their lower sugar content and higher fiber slow glucose absorption. Keep portions modest. Combine fruit with protein or healthy fat to prevent rapid spikes. Avoid fruit juices that strip fiber and deliver sugar directly into the bloodstream. And most importantly, pay attention to how you feel 1 to 2 hours after eating. Do you feel energized or sleepy? Clear or foggy? Stable or shaky? Your body always gives feedback. The mistake is ignoring it. If you've made it this far, I want you to pause and really think about your daily habits. Are you eating fruit on an empty stomach every morning? Are you snacking on sweet fruits at night, believing they're lighter than dessert? Are you assuming that because something is natural, it cannot possibly be contributing to your fatigue or rising A1C levels? Awareness is power. Small adjustments today can prevent major health battles tomorrow. Protecting your blood vessels protects your heart. Protecting your glucose stability protects your brain. Protecting your kidneys protects your independence. Aging does not have to mean decline, but it does require discipline. The difference between struggling at 75 and thriving at 75 often comes down to the invisible daily choices no one sees. Thank you for staying with me through this important conversation. If this opened your eyes, make a commitment right now to rethink how you approach fruit after 60. Share this message with someone you care about, because they may be unknowingly harming their health with the best of intentions. And remember, smart aging is not about restriction. It's about awareness, balance, and respecting the new rules your body lives by now. Your future strength, clarity, and freedom depend on the decisions you make starting today.